Is this a case of investors finally going to believe when Facebook tells them something that it's actually going to happen, Ivan?
Well, I mean, Facebook has been indicating their trends to investors for a long time, and they've been right. And the stock has performed because Facebook continues to optimize the user experience. So it's about a reduction in time, but an increase in the quality of time, where advertisers are getting better traction with the engaged users.
So, Ivan, as far as we can tell, is this because they're concerned about the user and their experience, or are they concerned about the government? Is it a coincidence this happens on the heels of some revelations that are pretty disturbing about what happened in the last election?
Well, there's been a lot of controversy over what is real and what is fake news, and they're trying to get rid of what is fake news and better optimize the news feed and at the least deliver the users at least believable content.
They're also concerned, obviously, about advertiser experience and what happens. And Sheryl Sandberg, the CIO, got on the call yesterday and said specifically a problem that I had not identified, which is possible discrimination in advertising, what they're doing to try to combat that.
We take our responsibility to prevent abuse of our ad systems very seriously, and we're investing heavily in both people and technology to protect the integrity of our platform. In addition to rolling out the ads transparency tool in Canada that Mark mentioned, we've disabled the option that lets advertisers exclude people in specific multicultural affinity segments until we can develop better safeguards against discrimination.
So, Paul, I found this fascinating. I, frankly, hadn't thought about this, that there could be essentially redlining in advertising where you're discriminating against certain ethnic group, racial group, gender groups, and things like that. And this is a real problem for them.
It could be. I think Sheryl's definitely, I think Facebook in general is making all the right moves, saying all the right things, because they know probably the biggest risk to their business model on a global basis is regulation. And so I think they're trying to get in front of this because, for probably 4 or 5 months, they were behind the curve, Mark Zuckerberg, not really getting the full appreciation of kind of the risk of some of the content that's going on Facebook and the regulatory attention that was drawing. So I think they're, particularly Sheryl Sandberg's been on a charm offensive, and the changes they've outlined here, they're making investments to try to improve the user experience, as Ivan mentioned. And ultimately, while that may have a short-term impact on revenue, we saw that in the stock last night, ultimately, it should provide a better experience not only for users but for advertisers. That should translate into, good revenue.